little windy outside, but besides that, it is calm right now. I'm expecting things to stay calm until we get past midnight. That's when those thunderstorms are going to start to spill back in, return our first opportunity of severe weather, and we have two chances that we have to watch out for in the next 24 hours. I think this first wave isn't going to be as strong as the second, but probably more people will be impacted by it. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, was that 8 severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued with storms out in Kansas and out in Oklahoma. This is what's going to be coming our way once we get past that midnight hour as a cold front is moving in, and it's kind of being that catalyst. We're seeing all these storms fire up ahead of that. Not too much right now in Kansas, expecting a little bit more development by the time it gets closer to that I-49 corridor in just a couple hours. And the Storm Prediction Center has really been upgrading this threat throughout the majority of the day. It was a slight risk yesterday, but the change that they've made is this morning they moved it further down in the south to include Springfield and Ozark and Nixa and Branson. And then about an hour ago, they pushed it all the way down the south to include, well, Arkansas and Texas as well. This threat, I'm not as concerned with a tornado chance for tonight. It is possible we can get a spin-up tornado, but most of these thunderstorms are going to be a little bit elevated, and they're mostly going to be some big hail producers, kind of like what we saw last weekend where Lebanon had so much hail it looked like it snowed into the town. Large hail is the threat we have to get through with an opportunity of a tornado for tonight. This is how the hour-by-hour forecast is looking. Once we get past that midnight hour, storms getting closer to the I-49 corridor. I think they get here into Springfield probably closer to about 3 a.m. And then they're going to move further off into the east, really east of Highway 65 by the time we're getting to 5, 6, and that really early morning hour on Sunday. That's threat 1 right there. I think that we're going to see storms a little bit further south than what this model is pumping out, but that's threat 1, and then the atmosphere is going to recover, reload, and we wait for that second opportunity that could be happening in that afternoon hour. Tornado threat for tonight, once again, it is non-zero, but I do have it limited as we can see a slight spin up as that kind of line of thunderstorms starts to push in. Mostly have to watch out for some large hail that's going to be forming, and then we're waiting for the second opportunity of severe weather that's going to be coming on Sunday, and this is a very large enhanced risk by the Storm Prediction Center, where we can see Ohio all the way down to Texas are in this enhanced risk. And I really want to pinpoint one area in our viewing area. It's further off east, right in kind of this circle that I've drawn, right in here, kind of closer to Howell County, Texas County, Shannon County, Dent County, Fulton County. Once we get into the afternoon, the ingredients are going to be just right, and we're going to have winds that start coming out of the south. It's going to provide an opportunity for some thunderstorms to develop right into this area where I'm pinpointing. I don't think everyone sees tornadoes for Sunday afternoon. I don't think everyone sees severe weather for Sunday afternoon. I think the best chance to see it is right in this bubble where I've drawn in, and let's get the timeline for that, because kind of get a brief pause by the time we get into the morning, and once we get into the afternoon, we can start to see those storms firing back up and moving into this area. And this is the area that was just impacted with an EF3, EF4 tornado 2 weeks ago. We have the chance of some strong tornadoes that could be moving into that area. Severe weather window comes to a complete close by the time we get to 6 or 7 p.m. at night, as that cold front is going to be moving further off into the east, still producing bad weather, just not for us. We get calmer conditions for Monday, no concern of rain for Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures on Monday in the 50s, get back into the 60s for Tuesday, and then severe weather chance will be returning for Wednesday. And look at the pattern. We have more chances of rain for Thursday and Friday, but I really want to focus in on Wednesday, as this is another opportunity of some strong storms that could be developing, and this setup looks very similar to what we got on the 14th that caused that massive tornado outbreak. So we need to be prepared, not just for storms coming tonight, but storms that could be coming later into this week. More rain's going to be coming. I think in the 7-day forecast, we have a chance to get somewhere between 2 to 3 inches of rain. Not expecting a whole lot of rain tonight. More rain will be coming once we get into April.
Well, yeah, got to make sure that we download that Ozarks First weather app, especially tonight, so that way you have something to ding you, wake you up, I guess.
Yeah, when you have that tornado chance at night, nighttime tornadoes twice as deadly as daytime tornadoes, just because you have so many people that sleep through it and they're not really in shelter. So there's lots of ways to get alerts. You can get a weather app, you can get a weather radio, however you like to get alerts, just find a way to get them.
Yeah, make sure to stay safe tonight. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.